All right, how's everyone doing? Let's get into this buyer's remorse. First of all, thanks for checking out my channel. I jumped the gun there. Yeah, I want to talk about this, buyer's remorse, because I think so many people have this throughout their life, and I don't talk a lot about it in my podcast. I usually talk a lot about helping men or women find deals when buying certain things, not getting, taking advantage of, or not getting, or spending a lot of money, or paying top dollar for a lot of things. There's always a little wiggle room to negotiate when buying anything. Just a heads up. And just a heads up, even if you go to a big box store, a mall, anywhere, you can make an offer. Even though it may say a price, I don't care if it's a car, I don't care if it's a home, you'd probably know that. But if you go in Gucci, they may reject you, but if they want $2,000, you could say, hey, I want it for $1,500. A lot of times, believe it or not, they may cut a deal with you. I don't care if it's them, Nordstrom's, Macy's, whoever the hell, Bloomingdale's, whatever we got going, you can cut a deal. Anyways, I think what a lot of people go through, though, is buyer's remorse, and they don't talk about it. A lot of people I know buy clothes, go shopping, spend a lot of time, and I hate to say this, a lot of women buy things, try them on, spend it, come home, they love it, put it on, like it, and then return it, right? A lot of time, a lot more than you think. Or they get it, they may even pull a con, take it, keep the tag on, wear it, and bring it back. That's a con. But a lot of times they'll get it, save it, have the tag, they get the credit card bill, freak out, want to run back and return it because they thought they'd have more money at a certain point in time, whatever the case may be. If you can't afford to buy something, don't buy it. I discuss this a lot. A deal is not a deal unless you need it. My father always says that, and it's the truest thing in the world. There's a billion deals out there, but unless you really need it, don't get it. Now, if you have money to burn, you can get whatever the hell you want to get. But if you keep second-guessing yourself while you're purchasing it, or you're trying to figure out, wait a minute, I'll put this on the credit card, and then if I do that, and then the interest, and then maybe on the, but if I don't pay for it, I still want it. You got to really go to, let's go to first base. Do you really need this? Do you really need what you're buying? And a lot of times, are you really getting out of what you're buying? I'd say a lot of this falls in the clothing category, because I would say buyer's remorse for the most part. I guess some people buy a car and then they get the payment and then they freak out and they want to return it. That too. But a lot of what I'm discussing, I would say, falls under clothing and apparel. They buy things. It could be shoes and all these things. They even wear it a couple times. They like it, and then they spend too much money on it, and then they find something else, and before you know it, they have a wardrobe. They have a closet full of $50,000 worth of stuff. They only wear the same type of shirts and shoes, and it's just dead inventory. But if you are somebody who's kind of addicted to shopping, which I've seen, back to the buyer's remorse thing, where it's almost like it's almost a habit where you buy and you have to return, you buy, and there's all this different type of stress. Do not do it. Now, here's a trick that a friend, my co-host, actually taught me, Robert, of all people. He loves shopping. He doesn't like buying. So basically what he does, he even goes full retail. He don't care what type of store he goes into, he shops. And he, this is just his thing. And I wouldn't do it, but that's what he does. He shops, he tries things on, whatever he gets it, and then he, at the end, puts them all away and looks at it and goes, do I really need this? Now, it sounds crazy. Why would he even go through that? But then he looks at each piece, and he's like, you know what? I don't need all these. I just like this one, right? Or I don't like, now that I think about it, I like how they looked in the dressing room, but I'm first going to wait, and I'm going to go try another store. Take his time to do that. And a lot of times, he says, by the time he shops throughout the day, it's almost like he got a fill. He feels like he doesn't waste his time. He's just trying and experimenting, which I kind of like that concept, especially if you're somebody that can't afford to shop, that still wants to see what's going on, and also somebody who has that buyer's remorse type of situation. And this sounds crazy, but my ex-wife, I don't mean to throw her in my crazy YouTube. She probably thinks I'm crazy anyways with my podcast, but she was the queen of buyer's remorse. I would take her shopping, get her stuff, and she'd get her own shit. We'd come home and it'd be gone. He's like, I don't know. I thought about it. I'm just going to return it. Or she would just return it. I'm talking everything. I've gotten her mink coats, returned. Diamond earrings, returned. I was like, what am I buying you? This is bonkers. She even, what did she do? What was crazy one time? I can't even think about it. But yeah, she always felt bad while she was shopping. If you feel bad when you're shopping, and believe me, we could afford it then. That wasn't like, the money was not the issue. A lot of people, I get it. Like, you're shopping, you got a pit in your stomach. You're like, I can't afford this, but I definitely want a new leather coat, or I definitely want some new gym shoes, or I get it. But if you feel that pit in your stomach, why are you shopping in the first place? By buying more, you're putting yourself under more stress. If you're already thinking about returning what you're purchasing, we got a problem, right? We don't want that. We want to be when we're purchasing something, clear-minded. We want to be thinking about, hey, what's going to match in the closet? Wow, this looks really good. Is it what I'm willing to pay for it? Is it on sale? You know what I mean? Is there going to be a clearance? Can I find it somewhere maybe cheaper to save me some money? Now, again, if you're a millionaire, you got money, who gives a shit? But these were just something I wanted to talk about because I think there's so many people out there with that buyer's remorse. And usually what I like when I buy consignment or resale is you can't return it. And I like that component. I get it, I eat it. So when I buy that piece, that's it. Sorry about my little dog's barking over here. He's old and he likes to sit underneath the table when I do my videos. But, you know, either if I return it, I'd have to sell it resale again. But I can't, you know what I mean? I can't bring it back and get my money back. I can't have it taken off my credit card. I have to take it and most likely give it to somebody else. Come here, buddy. Yo! Want to say hi? I love throwing him on here once in a while. All right. Anyways, buyer's remorse. Whoa! You know, the little doggy, he's getting older. It's tough with the little puppies when they get older, right? Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up there. If you got any questions or comments, hit me up. I talk a lot about these situations with guys not spending too much money and getting way over their head or getting in debt or all this stress. And I don't care if it's a car. I don't care if it's clothing, a boat, a motorcycle. Make sure what you're getting you need. I will wrap it up with this. A lot of times if you have a buyer's remorse problem, maybe just rent something I talk about a lot of times. It could be a car. So you want to drive a Corvette or whatever the hell you want to do and you're dying to get one, you kind of on the fence, you don't know if you can afford one, go rent one for a week. I don't care, blow the $1,000, whatever the hell it is, get it. And then if you love it, then figure out a way to purchase it. But a lot of times it just may be something that you just want to try out. I definitely think that with boats. I think with a lot of big ticket items, a lot of guys get something and then they have buyer's remorse and they're stuck with it. So anyways, I'm going to wrap it up there. I got to take care of this dog. All right, everyone, take care. And if you want to know more about me, richcelenza.com.